What's up, you beautiful bastards? Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. Welcome back to the Philip DeFranco Show, and let's just jump into it. And the first thing I want to talk about today is a comedian who has come under fire, and today that is George Lopez. George Lopez was trending this morning. A ton of people were throwing hate his way, and that's because this video came out on the internet.
There's still two rules in the fucking Latinos family. Don't marry somebody black, and don't park in front of our house. Sit your fucking ass down. Sit your fucking ass down. I'm talking, bitch. Sit your fucking ass down.
And this continues for about another minute of him saying, shut the fuck up or get out. Eventually, she gets kicked out.
I'll tell you what, I'll make the choice for you. Get the fuck out of here. Four seats, just open up front.
So let's go through the reasons why people are angry at George Lopez because of this video. The first and smallest group of people were people that were offended by the fat joke. She gets kicked out of the front row. He says, hey, 4 seats opened up.
4 seats, just open up front.
Some people angry about that. Other people are angry that he was being racist or that he was making the Latino community seem racist. And then many from that group and also even more were angry that he then attacked a woman who had an objection to that joke. And here's what I'll say when it comes to comedians. 98 times out of 100, I'm gonna be in the defense of the comedian, especially if it's at a comedy show. The thing about 4 seats opening up because she's getting kicked out, hilarious to me. That's insensitive. Yes, it's a comedy show. When he starts ranting.
Sit your fucking ass down. I'm talking, bitch. Sit your fucking ass down.
All I've seen is this clip. She flips him off. I don't know if she's been heckling him the entire time. I hate hecklers in general. And the people angry and saying that George Lopez is racist because he said Latino families have a rule of don't marry a black person. Does that make him racist? Once again, we are in the setting of a comedy show. And 2, I don't know the rest of the story. 1, I don't personally know the inner workings of the Latino community, and I don't know if there is bad blood in general or in large or to even a notable percentage between the Latino community and the black community. And I don't know where the joke was going. Was it going to be that it was something that was wrong or something to be embraced? And I say this as someone that's not a George Lopez fan. The joke sounds like it could have been a setup of how stupid and blind his community is on 2 things. Don't know, but that's also as someone that when I go to a comedy show or I watch comedy, I turn off my sensitivities. For example, obviously it's a different scenario because I'm a white guy. I know it, and I know people are still going to point it out. Some people saw George Lopez's rant as his hate and disgust at a black woman. I personally saw it as a comedian going after a heckler. But that is just my point of view, and I'd love to know yours here. And from there, I want to share some stuff I love today, and Today in Awesome brought to you by JackThreads. I've seen a lot of people asking in the comments, where are you getting the clothes in the past few videos? Boom, JackThreads. Fantastic place, and my favorite thing is that they send you the clothes, you try them on for free. If you don't want stuff, you send it back, which I thought, okay, well that might be a hassle. Not. Got my box. Inside the box. No way to fake this transmit. Nailed it. Inside the box, they have a nice clean bag to return everything in, and order summary, prepaid return shipping label, and even packing tape. And so for my first experience with them, most of the clothes fit as I expected, some didn't, sending them back. No cost, no hassle. Not only are they a sponsor, I am a huge fan now. So if that perks your interest, go to jackthreads.com/Phil and use coupon code Phil for 20% off whatever clothes you keep. And the first bit of awesome is the honest trailer for John Wick, one of my favorite series on YouTube, one of my favorite action movies of all time ever. I'm a fan. Also, side note, I'm going to see John Wick 2 tonight. So excited. I keep seeing critics saying it's better than the first one. I'm trying to squish down those expectations so I can enjoy it. So excited. Then for those of you that are fans of Leah Newton like myself, she just did a video called Coworkers Meet a Witch. Yes. Anything with Leah, let's get more of it. Then we got a trailer for the new Netflix series, Bill Nye Saves the World. And I gotta say, as someone that grew up with Bill Nye and also Beekman's World, but we just talk about Bill Nye now. Them's the rules. Main point, this series cannot come out soon enough. Then for fans of cosplay, Mineral Blue put out a fantastic video around PAX South. Also, I gotta share something I completely missed out on the first season. I had completely missed out on this series on Vice called Noisy. In 2015, they released a series called Noisy Atlanta. And online, they just put out Atlanta 2. It is so good. And you can watch it for free online right now. I think there are some region restrictions. But if you're even remotely interested in the way Vice does their documentaries, they do it all around music. It's yes. Yes, please. And then the last bit of awesome is self-promo awesome. We posted a brand new docu-vlog. We are almost done with our search for a new studio here in Up to Grow. Very excited. You can go check that out. Go subscribe to that channel. And if you want to see the full versions of everything I shared, the secret link of the day, anything at all, links as always are of course in the description down below. Then in Don't Do This / This Is Why why people fake pranks news, Michael March, an 18-year-old in the UK, has been sentenced to 6 months in prison because he dressed up as a clown for a prank and chased people with an axe. Remember for a while there were all those killer clown pranks? Police had found out about him because the day before Halloween he was out trying to scare people. He tried to scare a couple. The woman in that couple that he scared the hell out of was 22 weeks pregnant, which is, you don't do that. And as far as why he scared people in the middle of the night with an axe dressed up as a clown, he said he had been previously chased by killer clowns and thought it would be a funny prank. In response to that, the judge said, brandishing an axe and threatening people in the street is serious, whatever the context. Yeah, and this is why I hate most pranks like this, because 1, they have to be fake, otherwise they would be incredibly illegal. And 2, so many of them are incredibly illegal. And the only little bit of sympathy I have for March is his age. He was 17 when this happened. He's 18 now. He's a young person, and young people do stupid things, but I still feel like a 17-year-old should know not to chase people in the middle of the night dressed as a clown with an axe and or any other outfit and or any other weapon. Don't be stupid. And really from this, I hope he learns his lesson, and other people looking to potentially do stupid things, please keep this as a reminder. And then let's talk about the big debate and outrage around Elizabeth Warren being silenced in the Senate. So if you haven't heard this, in the US Senate, Senator Warren was speaking about Senator Sessions. Senator Jeff Sessions is the nominee for Attorney General. And so to get across her argument that Jeff Sessions should not be the Attorney General, she decided to read a letter from Coretta Scott King, the wife of Martin Luther King Jr. The letter was written back in 1986, and in it, King criticized Jeff Sessions and his civil rights record, stating that and giving reasons as to why he was not fit to be a federal judge. And in it, Mrs. King criticizes Jeff Sessions. Warren's reading the letter, and then Senate Republicans cite Rule 19 and they shut her down.
They are mothers, daughters, sisters, fathers, sons, and brothers.
Mr. President.
They are...
Mr. President.
The Majority Leader
Said Senator Sessions has used the awesome power of his office to chill the free exercise of the vote by black citizens. I call the senator to order under the provisions of Rule 19.
So there was a lot of shock around this, a lot of people saying, well, 1, what the hell is Rule 19? Others saying that Republicans were just silencing her. And so to answer the first question, Rule 19 is a rule that states that senators may not directly or indirectly by any form of words impute to another senator or to other senators any conduct or motive unworthy or unbecoming of a senator. So essentially it was a rule put into place to keep conversations civil. If you look to the history of it, you had 2 senators who were talking crap about each other. One accused the other of treachery and corruption. The other senator responded, that is a willful, malicious lie, and then they fought on the Senate floor. And so events like that led to Rule 19, specifically sections 2 and 3, and that was adopted within a year. And so the Senate Republicans said that this letter was attacking Sessions. Warren saying, I'm simply reading what she wrote about what the nomination of Sessions to be a federal court judge meant and what it would mean in history for her. But those citing Rule 19 said the letter called Sessions a disgrace. Senator Steve Daines saying he stated that a sitting senator is a disgrace to the Department of Justice. And then soon after, that's when Mitch McConnell came in and said, Senator Warren was giving a lengthy speech. She had appeared to violate the rule, she was warned, she was given an explanation, nevertheless, she persisted. And since then, that has become somewhat of a rallying cry for those that support Senator Warren, saying that she is now just the latest in a long line of women who are being silenced by powerful men. And then even more people jumped in to say that the Republicans were just trying to silence a woman because then a separate senator read the letter that Warren was trying to read. That being Oregon Senator Jeff Merkley. He picked up where Senator Warren had left off on that letter, and people said, well, how can he say that? Why is no one citing Rule 19 and shutting this man down? Well, that's because no one could cite Rule 19 because he didn't read the part that Warren read. Essentially, he omitted portions of the letter so that he could read it under the rules. That is until the end of his speech where he said,
I do not believe Jefferson Sessions possesses the requisite judgment, competence, and sensitivity to the rights guaranteed by the federal civil rights laws to qualify for appointment to the federal district court.
And the likely reason that no one cited Rule 19 was because this came at the end of him reading the letter. It was the last part. While Senator Warren, on the other hand, was just in the middle of reading the letter. And so looking at the situation, the Republicans were well in their right to do this. It's a twisting of the original intention of the rule. I feel like it is a loophole that needs to be closed. I don't care if you currently are a senator, if you are a nominee for Attorney General or for any position, you are then that. Otherwise, if you become president, why not make all your nominations for your cabinet senators? Because then, boom, you use Rule Rule 19, no one can say anything negative about them. That's a little bit crazy. So the TLDR, Republicans were in their right, but also it was good news for Democrats. Thanks to the Streisand effect, millions of people have now seen Senator Warren outside of the Senate read the letter. Millions on Facebook, millions on other outlets, and it's a little bit surprising to me the Republicans are doing this. They have the numbers to do pretty much whatever the hell they want in the Senate. There are some obstacles, but really they just have to pull some levers to get what they want. I believe our new Secretary of Education is a prime example of that. So why shut down Senator Warren when it's just going to get her more attention? I'm not saying that it's the same equivalent, but it's like when you have a notable person like a Milo Yiannopoulos who is banned off of Twitter. By taking away someone's voice, you make people more interested in what they're going to say. Whenever I talk about these stories, I just always go, how does it make sense? And the only way it makes sense to me is it's a borderline conspiracy theory. Maybe you're hoping that more attention is brought to Senator Warren and that she becomes a front runner for the Democratic Party, and maybe she runs for president, and your hope is that she's going to be far too left, far too liberal than previous Democrats who have been seen kind of as left-leaning centrists. You think Trump or whoever is president at that time could easily beat that. Otherwise, the move just seems stupid and short-sighted. And that's actually where I'm going to end today's show. And remember, if you like this video, you like what I try and do on this channel, hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you missed yesterday's Philip DeFranco show, you can click or tap right there to watch that right now. Also, if you want to see today's brand new docu-vlog, we're looking for a new place. We're moving out of this office. Click or tap right there. But that said, of course, as always, my name's Philip DeFranco. You've just been filled in. I